Hey everyone, welcome to Unlimited Power. My name is D-Rod, and it's Tuesday, March 5th, which means we are a few days away from release being March 8th, of Star Wars Unlimited's first set, Spark of Rebellion, which is great. Let me change something here real quick. There we go. Switch this up. So, yeah, we just finished pre-release, which was great, and Jose already telling me you pulled a Showcase Krennic. Wow, man, my mic got hot. Apologize. That's what you did, Jose. Wow, that is awesome. That is so cool. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely one I'm looking for myself. A foil showcase Krennic. That's so cool. Well, yeah, and that's exactly what we're doing now. You don't want to sell them. It's gonna be your prized possession, I'm sure, especially for this first set and a moment you're gonna remember for a long time. And it's a good thing that's what we're tackling tonight. We're gonna try a couple of Krennic decks out here, some different colors, so you can kind of get a feel of what you want to play. That is so cool. Shadow Sung's right. Characters with big health is what helps Krennic really go stay in the game longer, be more effective. I know I had fun with them playing a little bit this pre-release. I helped a couple buddies play some Krennic, and they really enjoyed him. And that is just so cool, Jose. Yeah, that's awesome. That's definitely one I'm hoping to get myself. Would love to see a showcase Krennic, pretty much any Imperials. I love a showcase of any of the Imperials, but that is so cool. And pre-release was great. I had a great time. I'll probably do a short video about what it's like to do 4 pre-releases. I definitely was on hype after winning 2 of them and going undefeated. That did not continue into the 3rd and 4th one. But I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of great time meeting a lot of people around Portland, talking about the game, laughing, doing some rules stuff, and just talking to some store owners and where they're at and what they're excited about. It was a great time. I had a chance to go to Guardian Games in Portland, which has been around since the 90s. Sorry, not since the 90s, since 2004, I want to say. Batcave Games, which has been around since the 90s, and a couple other ones. So a couple of newer stores, Portland Game Store, which I believe is in its 7th year now, Red Castle, which I know has been around here for over 10 years, and it was great. It was great. I'll do a couple more events this weekend for some sealed releases. I think everyone's still going to be using the same pre-release kits, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm just excited. I got a couple of emails already about some stuff coming my way. I'll do some pickup of some boxes, and you'll see some other videos this week. But let's get into Krennic. This is going to be so cool. Shadow Sung, your last pull was nutty. You had a legendary Vader and 2 overwhelming barrages. Bro, that is so cool. I struggled. I could not get a good legendary unit in any of my packs. So that is so cool. You got the legendary Vader. And 2 overwhelming barrages. It has an uncommon is great, and that sounds like a powerhouse. What do you remember? What was your win-loss ratio, Shadow Sung? That's my win with those cards. Did you have enough to support that? Yeah, Red Castle was really good. I heard Red Castle had a lot of people there Friday night, which was awesome. I've had the privilege of going to one game where we had over 20, closer where we had 20. We had about 12 at Batcave, which was perfect because that was like what they sold out at. And then I think Red Castle was a little bit more than 14 or so. Wow, Shadow Sung 9-0 all weekend. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think my overall was, let's see, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So I won 8 matches and I would have lost 4. I went 8-4. This ended up what I went. So I'll take it. I'll take 8 wins. Take 8 wins for sure. At a Force Green Blue, yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Forcing green blue. I mean, forcing colors to kind of get what you want. That's going to happen a lot. So I'm going to bring up one of the first decks we're going to look at. It's going to be Krennic Blue, and it's actually going to be from a local team that does a lot of things here. Content creator, Force Unlimited. So I had this deck a couple of weeks ago. I still like it. It's actually one of the ones that are still like popular. as far as like hot decks go. So it has a lot of good votes. You've probably seen this, especially if you follow the Force Unlimited. They're great at, you know, like doing a lot of analysis. It's heavy math, it's heavy concept talk, but it's interesting. I'm not a lot of the stuff I find informative, and I'm not really into a lot of those aspects of gameplay, but I've definitely enjoyed listening to Ned and Parker talk. Just really, yeah, I've had a great time. And again, they're local, so I've met one of them before. I'll probably see one of them this weekend, but I really like what they have for a blue-green Krennic deck, and so that's kind of the first one I want to show off here. Let's see, Shadow Song. Let's see, had a force green blue. We heard that, and you had to force had only 4 2-drops. Ooh, yeah, that's rough. Jose, you went 3-1 in your first TCG ever. That's awesome, man. I appreciate you letting me know that a lot of my advice helped. That is really good. You know, sealed is always a tough thing to go in when people's first game, honestly. Like, pre-releases are always fun, they're great, they're exciting, but if you've never played TCG before, sealeds can always be a little overwhelming. But it's nice just because everyone's kind of on the same level as far as you may get good stuff, you may get bad stuff. I will say my first event, I didn't have many good things, but I knew I could pilot it. I ended up playing Tarkin, and it was all just about being able to outplay my opponents, and I got very lucky, and I'll share some of those stories maybe tonight. But I had a lot of fun about, you know, doing that, and the prizes were great all around. It was great to get some more packs. I think I opened about 10 extra packs just in prizing alone, and it was really cool. Well, let's take a look at what Parker's here's running from the Force Unlimited. Really enjoy it. Director Krennic. So if you're unfamiliar with Krennic, he has what's called, in most TCGs, it's called a static ability. I need to remember what Star Wars Unlimited calls it, but it means it's always active. So it's constantly happening. So as long as you have a damaged unit, Krennic's ability is essentially affecting it by giving a +1/+0 attack. They're running Energy Conversion Lab, which I'm going to remind everyone, if you're first time watching, you do pay the unit's cost. I know there was a lot of controversy through this online and at people's tournaments because it's not using a lot of reminder text that other cards do. So just a reminder, when you play Energy Conversion Lab, you can't epic action turn 1 into like a 6-cost unit. I saw that happen to somebody. I felt really bad. I hope that person learned the game, didn't have, and was able to come back to it, because I think if that was me and someone put an ATST out turn 1, I would definitely be upset about this game. So just a reminder, yeah, you'll end up paying the cost to play these cards. So ECL is definitely one we see a lot. I think it's going to be the one that a lot of green players are going to play, and we'll see if that 5 health difference or deficit is going to benefit you. So what Parker's doing here is definitely playing a lot more of ramp to kind of play some high value cards. Let's take a look at some of the cards we're seeing here. Academy Defense Walker to give experience tokens to damage units. Cell Block Guard, great choice. I think Sentinel units are really great with Krennic. If you played them over the pre-release, that would have been my advice, is just put a lot of Sentinel units in play, because if your opponent cannot kill the Sentinel unit in 1 hit, you're probably going to get a better value from them, right? Because if Cell Block Guard takes 2 damage, he's going to become a 4/3, so it's going to be a lot harder for that second unit to kill. Now, I understand the Cell Block Guard only has 3 health, so there are not many, most units can kill it, but again, early on, if your opponent cannot trade with you very easily, you're going to be hitting a lot harder. You actually see Darth Vader. You know, if you're running green, blue, and black, it just makes sense. You can ramp into Vader, and you're going to have a lot of low drop units you can put in. Some of my favorites are going to be like Death Trooper, who can come in and deal 2 damage to a unit, as well as one of your own. Del Miko, who has that restore ability, which is okay, but really it all comes down to this kind of control aspect of allowing you to increase the cost of all your events your opponent plays. Del Miko's great. If you can make it push back that overwhelming barrage of there 1 more turn, you'll be surprised in what you can do. So I think that's going to be really good. Yeah, actually, Jose, great question. Is there a way I can drop the links to these decks in the stream? They should be in the description down below right now. I have them all listed out. Force Unlimited with the link straight to SWDB, so you can see how many votes they have, and you can immediately put it in Force Table or Tabletop Simulator. Let me know if you are looking for that now. That should be there. I always try to make sure I put links and the descriptions of the decks, so that way everyone can find them really quickly. At least the ones that I'm trying out tonight. I don't usually put them in for the ones they play against, but always the 3 that we're highlighting. So, Emperor's Royal Guard, okay, makes sense. Krennic's an official, has Sentinel, Rook. Rook I'm a big fan of, but he's better with the energy conversion lab. Tough one to put out. Big fan of this guy. Shielded, being able to kill a unit that it attacks as long as it's not a non-leader. I think that kind of stuff is really good, and you can use this really well with a lot of blue. If I was playing Rook in this deck, I'd try to make sure I can get a couple more shields on him, so that way he's constantly just this, a death touch machine, right? Like as soon as he is attacking a unit, they're dead, and I think that's really great. Scout Bike Pursuer is just kind of smart. You're using that grit ability. Grit and raid abilities are really good with Krennic, just because, again, once they're damaged, they can hit for a little bit harder. So Scout Bike Pursuer, as soon as he takes 1 point of damage, he will, hit for 3 because of Krennic's ability in itself, and it has the potential of hitting for 5, which is awesome. Seasoned Sword Trooper just gets stronger the more resources you play. Laser Technician for that ramp. Probe Droid. And let's see what we're ramping into. The Avenger, which will defeat a unit when it comes into play. The Star Viper, not really ramping into that, and we're not ramping into Inferno 4. We are ramping into Overwhelming Barrage, because that's always fun to get that out a little bit early. We see Power to the Dark Side, a big fan of this one. Resupply for some ramp. And Super Laser Blast. So defeating all units. Obviously, this is a very good mid-range to late-game control deck. It wants to ramp early, so it could probably play Super Laser Blast on turn 5 rather than turn 7 if it really wants to. But it'd be hard. You'd have to get all the right steps. But you could probably play it 2 turns early. So, but either way, you're trying to control the board as much as possible using healing and using Sentinel units and just try to overwhelm your opponent. Let's try out Parker's deck. I'm a big fan. I've played it a couple times, and we're going to go straight to the Sabine aggro. Let's go there. That's how we test this out. Let's try it out. All right, no mulligan for us since we're trying things out. If you're unfamiliar with how Sabine works, I like someone texted me and said, man, she is a bully. And she is. Yeah, in the aggro world, she'll get you. In a limited world, it's even tougher. But she has the ability of exhausting herself to deal 1 damage to each base. And she'll do this every turn. She's the quickest clear to hit play because she comes in when you have 4 resources. So we can expect her to come out on our 3rd turn. And she has 5 health, so she is difficult to kill with like an open fire. If you have a takedown, you'd be set. So let's see what we can do here. We got to get rid of some stuff. We know Sabine's going to be very aggressive. So I'm going to go ahead and drop our 6 drop and our 5 drop, I guess. Ugh. 2, 2, 2, 3. Nope, I'll drop a probe droid. Rook may come in handy. He may. It's going to be a little bit rough. Let's go ahead and use some knowledge to our advantage and take a look what the opponent has. Now, with a lot of aggressive rebel decks, and if you see heroes in red, you can count that they're probably going to play for a cause I believe in. So we really want to stay above 4 health because that card can just kill us instantly. So being aggressive against aggro is what we want. Doesn't matter if we're playing a mid-range control deck. Like, you could lose pretty quickly if you're just avoiding the fights. And if you're just trying to ramp up or prep, like with aggressive decks like this one, you need to throw them off their game a little bit, let them run out of steam, and then build up. Don't try to race them because you will lose. You will lose right now. I think the Super Laser Blast, as good as it is, would be too late. All right, so I have an idea of what they have. They have that Fleet Lieutenant, which means as soon as they play it, that Battlefield Marine is going to hit pretty hard. Let's take the initiative, and hopefully I get a good Sentinel unit, or I have a way of killing that Battlefield Marine. I guess I can kill it with the Viper Probe Droid. Power of the Dark Side, though, is really good. I'm going to save this just in case. If I can play Sabine here and take care of all of her units, by the time she comes out to play, this will defeat her immediately. All right, second Battlefield Marine is out. I'm going to play the Emperor's Royal Guard because it can hit for 3. Sabine's going to use her ability, which I counted on her doing, which means I'm going to keep the initiative. If the Sabine player was a little smarter, but again, you kind of expect them to do certain things, and this is what they decided to do. I'm going to drop the Scout Bike Pursuer. So again, I know the AI has a Fleet Lieutenant, and this turn Sabine Wren hits play. So let's take out the Battlefield Marine. Our Royal Guard's going to be hitting for a little bit more. We don't have an official yet, but that's okay. All right, Sabine uses her ability here. Good job, good job. That's a good play. Because I don't want to play anything I have. I have a Rook. I can't play it. Power of the Dark Side or waiting for a unit. Overwhelming Barrage, not enough resources, and Death Trooper has nothing to hit. So let's pass. And there she is. We got her. That's it. It's a smart move. The AI is playing the right way. Like, this is no different than what a Sabine player should do. If they've run out of units and they have a Fleet Lieutenant, you put out Sabine, play the Fleet Lieutenant, and hit me for 6. Unfortunately, I have the answer, and it goes away. So... Oh, Val Kilmore, thanks for catching me on your break. Assume it's a break from work. Yeah, right now we're trying out some Krennic decks, trying to figure it out. I honestly thought I've done this before. I looked through all my videos as we were approaching kind of the last week, and there may be some changes to my format as there are a lot of official rules coming out for content creation once release happens. So we may see some changes, we may not. I'm definitely looking at a lot of different scenarios and just some different ideas that I've been kicking around for the past couple months. But again, yeah, we're trying out Krennic. I thought I've done this before, but I have not. I'm going to go ahead and drop that Avenger. Again, I'm just surprised because I really do enjoy Krennic a lot. Like, I think I have a lot of fun with Krennic. The good thing about Krennic having like a static ability is you don't really have to time when you deploy him, like when you do with Vader or Luke. So his ability is just constant. I should be smart and attack with this damaged Royal Guard since it already has 3 damage and it can hit for 4. Let's put that out. All right, AI plays Wing Leader, making the red 3 really strong. Little difficult for me, but not too difficult. Let's put out our Krennic now. Heroic Sacrifice. See, silly. So it hits me for 2, and then they have to sacrifice it. I just think that's a silly move. You get to draw a card, which is good. They are running out of steam, but it's not a card you play on red 3. Not on a card that increases like your damage of all your units. So that was weird. That's just going to chop that up to bad AI. Nothing else they can do, so I guess I'll put out Rook. Oh, they'll put out the Spec Force Soldier. Well, that doesn't matter. I guess we'll kill it. We'll just go ahead and deal 2 damage to Krennic here and deal 2 damage to the Soldier with the Death Trooper. Sabine's going to take deal damage, so she's going to lose the initiative. Sorry, this is just a bad AI at this point. But this is essentially what we wanted to see, right? If you're testing on Force Table, can you get past a really aggressive AI? And we've taken some points of damage. We're at 16, so we've taken 8. But we're perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Go ahead and put the Super Laser Technician into our resource pile. I don't feel the need to ramp just again because, again, such a good position. Let's get some hits in here. And we'll try Krennic out next, this deck, which is done by Force Unlimited. And we'll try it out against a mid-range Boba deck. So let's play Overwhelming Barrage. We're going to go ahead and play this on, I guess, the Death Trooper. 5 damage, however we would like. Let's do 3 here. And we'll just do the other 2 here. Finish that off. Okay, it's gone. Out comes the second red 3. Not a problem for us. We're so far ahead, and we have Restore. It's just easy. Once you can survive that Sabine rush, and I think cards like Power of the Dark Side, your Sentinel units, you know, Emperor's Royal Guard, just because it has 4 health, is really good. Yeah, I think we just nailed it. There we go. 5 more points of damage. Sabine has nothing left. We didn't even have to use our energy conversion lab. Now, I know Sabine didn't get too many ground units, but it really didn't matter. Doesn't matter. We got there. All right, they play U-Wing Assault, U-Wing Reinforcement. Sorry, this is a great card I've seen in Sabine decks. Pay for 7, search top 10 cards of your deck for up to 3 units. This is also like really good when you do run out of steam. So as long as you can get to 7, which I think it'll be interesting to see if this card stays in here. I saw a video of people talking about like, you have to run this. That's what makes it great. And it's like, but you could, that's 3 more cards you put in your resource pile that could have been used in a different way. Because look where it got them. Like, I'm at 17, they're at 2. Every situation's different, every game's different, but still, it's like, you whiffed because you hit a second Sabine, so that's not going to do anything. And again, it's just like, were there other 3 cards that maybe you were thinking about playing? I don't know. But it's not my job to criticize the Sabine deck at the moment. Our job is to see how well this Krennic one did. So far, did great. Let's try a different deck. Val Kilmore, since you're catching us on your break, did you have a chance of playing in the pre-release this weekend? And if so, what leader did you pick? Definitely, if anyone's watching and played Krennic, let me know your thoughts. I know I played 1 tournament with him, and that one... Yeah, I went 3-0. That one is at the Portland Game Store, one of my favorite stores. Really excited to get back there this weekend. Let's see. We're going to try again. Say Boba Green mid-range from Garbage Rollers. It's good. Let's try it out. Boba Fett. Boba was such a fun one to kind of teach people. I was trying to maximize how I used him a bit, but I ran into a little bit of trouble. But, helping people understand how he works and when the best time is, because a lot of these leaders have key moments where you can maximize what they do. For Tarkin, it's being able to put 2 tokens on a unit at the same turn, right? You pay 1, put it 1 on Imperial, you deploy him, and then you attack and do it again. With Boba Fett, he has the ability of allowing you to play up to 8 resources worth of cards on 1 turn. Now, you could stretch it out to be a little bit more, but you would delay how early Boba Fett comes into play. Same thing with Han Solo. Han Solo has 1 turn at the earliest where he can get you 7 resources 2 turns early. So, everyone has like this interesting timing mechanic that you want to kind of follow. And Boba was one that a lot of people weren't as familiar with. So I was trying to make sure to help people out with that and pointing out like, as soon as something dies, ready a resource. And it's kind of good to just get in the habit of that. I know I was doing a lot and people were like, you don't have anything to play? And I'm like, nope, nothing to play. Just finding myself in the habit because it's a reaction ability. It's something you can't always go back to like 2 actions later and say like, oh, you know what? I forgot this. So it's always good just to be in the habit. But that's what Boba wants to do. He wants to be able to put out 2 cards a turn, and this ability helps him. So no mulligan for us. We're going to make the hard choices of dropping some stuff. Val Kilmore, you did go to a pre-release and went with Luke for both events. That's awesome. You got to do 2. And hey, thanks for watching the Luke pre-release videos. 2 and 1 in your rounds. Day 2, you pulled a Luke Hyperfoil Vigilance. Nice. And Kanan. Wow, I bet that Kanan was fun to play. Oh, man. Didn't have the Sentinels needed, but it did make it easy for my opponents. Oh, man. I'm glad you didn't make it easy. I'm sure that milling effect and the restore abilities really got him a bit with Kanan. I love that. I really wanted to go a full Spectre build, and I had everything but Kanan. Let's drop both Avengers into the resource pile. I don't think we're going to see 9, ramp or not. Now, again, Boba wants to remove our units to take advantage of stuff, so I have a feeling that's what he's going to be doing a lot of. Let's take a look what they have. No Good to Me Dead. Okay. Surprise Strike. Yep. They're probably going to play that. Hit me for 6. This is the card I'm worried about right here. Strafing Gunship. If there's a card I have to be concerned about in the Boba Fett decks, it is the Gunship and Fett's Fire Spray. So once you play enough of these top tier decks, you kind of know their weaknesses, or you know exactly where their strong points are and where you need to focus your attacks on. So I'm going to definitely hold on to this takedown to deal with the Gunship. Let's pass. Matthew played 3 decks during our pre-release event. Jin, Boba, and Thrawn. Oh, you mixed it up every time? That's cool. That's cool. I did a Tarkin and Hera switch in one game. And so I tried that out. It was fun. It was fun. All right. Again, Boba's going to want to do some damage here. And we know he's going to go in space. So I think I'm going to put a space unit out just to deal with this. Oh, wow. So Boba comes into play. Never mind. With the ECL. I doubt he has anything good. So let's put out the Star Viper now. Val Kilmore, with Vigilance and Kanan, you milled your opponent in the first game. Wow, nice. Yeah, discarding 6 and sealed is tough. That's what I'm saying. I had a Vigilance as well, and I played it on my buddy. So it was like our first game, and we've known each other for years. I don't think he enjoyed it as much when you're saying like, hey, lose 6 cards, even though I know you only got like 10 left in your deck. But, you know, if you have that kind of stuff, you want to make it work. We haven't gotten any ramp, so I'm going to throw away that super laser blast. We got 4 takedowns, and we just got no good to me dead. Okay, let's pass. Surprise strike hits us for 6. Dang. I'll play the cell block guard. I should have ECL'd it. Reason why I should have used the energy conversion lab on the Sentinel unit is because Boba has the ability when he attacks. If the unit's already exhausted or it's been in the round for a bit, he'll do 3 damage to the defender. So probably better to just take him out of play immediately, but it's not what happened. All right, I'm going to be playing pretty defensively, so let's drop the, I guess, the resupply. We're not going to get to it. We're going to have to probably use these takedowns every game. Every turn, sorry. Boba Fett's down. Let's see. What is the AI going to do? I don't know. They're going to play a 7 Fleet Defender, and then they're going to play their own Boba Fett. Okay. Let's play Inferno 4 and see what we got coming up. Hey, Val Kilmore, thanks for stopping. Thanks for talking about your events, and glad you got to show up. So, enjoy. Keep the Star Viper and the Barrage. The Barrage will probably be good with the shield. The Viper, we're going to put to the bottom. I really need some power of the dark sides. What I find is helpful with Krennic, or at least what I like with Krennic, is removal. I really do enjoy removal options. Again, here we are. Like, I don't have a power of the dark side. I wish I did, just so I can make him lose somebody. But I can bring Krennic out. I don't think I want to yet. Man, he'll just get hit so quickly. Let's take the initiative. I want to be ahead. That surprise strike is so rough. It's the hard part of running a 25 health conversion lab. I mean, you pay 4 and you just did 6 damage to an opponent. Like, that's a lot. That is a lot. All right. Rook will be okay, but not what we need. We got overwhelming barrage and we got takedown. We're going to have to use the barrage to deal with some of these shields, honestly. And we can lower Boba Fett. So we're going to take some damage. Let's put them in here. We're going to do 1 here. We have 4 more to deal. Takedown needs Boba Fett at 5 or less. So we'll do 3 here. And we'll do 1 here. Oh, now it comes the Fett's Fire Spray. Done. We can do 5. We can't kill the Fire Spray, but we can take out the Defender. Let's do that. 5 damage there. We'll work on the Fire Spray in a bit. Man, so much damage coming our way. We hit the Fire Spray with the Inferno 4, so we can look at the top 2 cards of our deck. I'm hoping for a Power of the Dark Side. Not there. We're going to put them all... Man, it's a lot in one basket, but 2 Power of the Dark Sides is great. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it over the Sentinel. All right, now Fett's Fire Spray is up. Let's put the deploy our leader. Get some restore, I think. My goodness, my goodness. Go to 6. We can take it down. You would take 4-1. Okay. Yep. Man, I wish we could kill Bib Fortuna, but we can't. Guess we'll swing on him for 1. And we'll take the initiative, or pass, sorry. So we're going to lose a bit here. Let's see, we have a Vader and a Power of the Dark Side. Both are good. We have a Takedown and a Power of the Dark Side, so we'll make it work. We'll take down Boba. Man, no, we can't. There's nothing we can do here. Vader's only going to get units. None of the units have haste. Yep, it was too fast for us. Too fast for us this round. Without the quicker ramp early on, best we can do here is we can't kill Boba. Boba's gonna hit us for 4. Man, yeah, there's nothing to do. I'll play Darth Vader just to see if there's anything. Search the top 10. There we go. Emperor's Royal Guard. That worked out. Let's get him out there. Royal Guard first. There we go. Trigger Vader, and we're going to swing into Boba Fett, get him out of play. Then we need to swing with Krennic and get some health. Or we'll just get, destroyed by this Darth Vader here. And AI has us because they'll go first. Either way, they got us. Man, that was rough. That was rough. Pass. Doesn't matter. We'll just throw this down and we'll get beat. Again, Boba Green mid-range is good. It is strong. You can see the AI pilot it just very well. Didn't get the pieces we needed early on, but you can see how quickly it can just dominate you. The Fett's Fire Spray being a very key card. Now, this doesn't mean any of these decks are going to be bad. The nice thing about Krennic is you have Regional Governor as a sideboard card, and that's the rare you're going to want 3 of. If you love playing blue leaders, grab Regional Governor, because you just name a card and it can't be played until they remove the unit. So name a card like Fett's Fire Spray, or work your way up and take care of the low cost cards that could give you some trouble that may remove your Regional Governor. So maybe something like Greedo, then move into Bosk, then move into Fire Spray. Stuff that has the ability of doing damage to you with other abilities. Greedo does it when he dies. Bosk does it whenever you play an event, and obviously the Fire Spray has, hits. Believe that's what they're supposed to do. I'm gonna double check real quick. I'm pretty sure it's not. Also, I need to just save the rules that I know people have made. I'll have to look that up later. Someone has a great rule link in the content creator area, and I wish I could find it. It was like a quick guide to where you just hit a button, you just type in the word. It was way better for searching. I wonder if I can find that. That would be super handy right now. Yep, let's try this out. Legion, Shatterpoint. I don't think they have it ready yet. Nope. People are working on a quick guide, so it's going to take me a little longer to find that. But I am glad someone's making it. They've made it for Legion and Shatterpoint. So just kind of a nice, oh, here it is. Found it. I'll have to add this to the thing, to my link in the description. So this is great when I need to find stuff. So multiple instances of ambush do not stack. If a unit gains ambush multiple times, it may only ready once and attack a unit once. Hey, there we go. So that worked out. And it let me do the attack twice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jose. I feel like Force Table is not fixed in that. Which is why I wanted to check the rules, because I felt like I've had that happen where I've been able to ambush 2 times. And I'm like, that can't be right. But if it was right, that'd be awesome. But here we go. Found the rules. I'll make sure to add this link to the description of this YouTube video, and I also need to just save it for myself. So cool. Great stuff. We'll go ahead and move on here. So Tarkintown here deals 3 damage to units, so you can damage your own if you need to, but it doesn't look like we're going to be doing that. So Fifth Brother's awesome. Real big fan of this guy. I played him with my Krennic deck because it just makes sense. Really could surprise my opponents, or I'm like, no, like I'll use his ability to hit himself. So he'll hit for 4 now when he attacks, without the opponent ever touching me, which is great. I'm just like, nope, beat this great unit. Leading Snowtroopers, great when he's attacking damage units. Veers to buff up your Imperials, and Seventh Sister. Big fan of Seventh Sister, big fan. Interceptor to deal some damage on entry. Ruthless Raider to do the same thing. TIE Advance and TIE Fighters to give you early drops and cards that'll give you experience tokens. 2 lightsabers for your 3 Force users, but you can throw them on anyone. And then we see Force Choke, Force Throw, Open Fire, and Vanquish. Honestly, if I had to give a suggestion, I'd probably drop maybe just Vader's lightsaber, honestly. It's only a 2-drop. I'd drop maybe a TIE Advance and a Fallen Lightsaber and throw in a Force Lightning, I think. I think that'd be good. But let's try this out. I'm just here to try them out. Let's see how we do against that Sabine deck. How do we do in that early aggro? All right, no mulligan for us. We're going to take it as it is. Sabine's going to be aggressive the whole time. Let's see if we can survive it. I love having Force Throws, so we're going to keep that. I do have a Force user, which is great. So let's drop Death Trooper and Imperial Interceptor. Oh, man, those are both good, though. It's fine. It's fine. I think they're both good early drops. I'm going to regret it, but I really want to play Fifth Brother and Force Throws on the next turn, like 2 of them. So let's try that out. There we go. Vader's Lightsaber and Open Fire. I'll put Open Fire on the bottom, because I don't really want to put any of those 2 cards in my resource pile, so maybe they'll give me a better one. Let's take the initiative. AI plays Green Squadron A-Wing, has Raid 2, so it can hit for 3 when it swings. It also has that great timestamp in the picture of -6 seconds, so that's always cool. Let's drop the Vanquish. It's a little high cost anyway. And let's go ahead and play the Fifth Brother. Let's put him out there. Fifth Brother, one of my favorite Inquisitors. Tough, has been around for a long time. You'll see them in the books, in the comics, in the shows, the video games. I mean, he is a very popular person. I love it. I love seeing him. So he's tough, powerful. He's all power, really. You know, if you've read anything like Rise of the Red Blades or some of the Vader comics, you can kind of tell he thinks of himself as a tough guy in the Obi-Wan show, but you don't really get to see him like be powerful. And then, you know, then we see him in Rebels, which is great. Let's go ahead and take the initiative. AI plays a Battlefield Marine. No problem there. Cool. We got a second Fifth Brother and Emperor Palpatine. I'm going to drop that second Fifth Brother as the 4th resource. And let's play some Force Throws. You want Sabine to run out of steam. So we're going to choose the opponent. She may not have a big card. It's 3 cost, and we'll just kill it. Kill the Battlefield Marine with that. Since I know I don't have a Vader, I can play this lightsaber on the Fifth Brother. He's now a 5/5. Out comes Sabine Wren. And we're going to Force Throw Sabine Wren now. Now, I could choose myself, and I could get rid of Palpatine and just destroy Sabine, or I can get rid of a card from the opponent. If I felt desperate, I would probably use Palpatine, but I don't feel desperate. I'd rather them run out of cards, especially when I'm not going to have any cards left in my hand. So let's get rid of Red 3. There we go. We drop it. Out comes Akbar. Hits us for 2. Okay. All right, Akbar. That's okay. We can take out Sabine. No problem. That's what we're going to do. She's down. AI takes the initiative. We'll swing with the Inferno Squadron. Or, sorry, the Inferno 4 from Inferno Squadron. And nothing else left. Let's pass. Both me and the AI have 3 cards. I'm going to drop this TIE Fighter down and hopefully play this TIE Advance before Sabine ruins my day. Perfect. Let's make that 5th brother tough to deal with here. Boom. 2 experience tokens. It is strong. We get hit with that Akbar for 1. That's not scary at all. Still don't know if I like playing 25 health bases. They're obviously good, but you know, they come at a price, and it's not a price I always want to pay. Anyway, we just did 12 damage to our opponent. So, yeah, we'll just swing with the Krennic. I think the AI took the initiative. Yep. So we're just having our own little fun here. Game's over. Man, Jose, you mentioned you're not sure how you're going to build Krennic. I'm sure you're seeing this already. There are definitely ways of dealing with early aggro, and then by playing Krennic, you'll help you become a better mid-range, even like control player. So if you like playing a little slow, you can build towards that. If you like playing more like, let me just survive the aggro and then overwhelm my opponent with more of a mid-range strategy, that's also a good option. We're just going to go to 6 resources and finish this game off with the Ruthless Raider. They hit us with a for a cause I believe in for 3 white. A lot of Sabine decks love to run Steadfast Battalion, and I get it. You know, it's good, but look at this whiff. I mean, sometimes you don't want to, like, whiff on your for a cause I believe in. So we'll take 3 points of damage. All good. We got death on board, and we'll just hit him with the overkill. Boom. Love it. That was Krennic. And again, the description of this deck below is Krennic in Tarkintown. And it was a good one. It was a good one. We're going to try this out one more time. We're going to go with Krennic against the Boba mid-range again. Like to try that out. See how we do. All right, no mulligan for us. We're going to try this out right now. Let's see. We got a Vanquish. I'll probably, well, so again, you got to remember what Boba wants to do. They want to, 1, remove units from play so they can get the resources. Nice. I love that. I love that. Daughter got tired watching Super Tuesday on NBC, so I put on some Unlimited for her before bed. That's great. That's great. I hope she had a fun time, Team Grizzly. I remember you popped in on a Saturday stream talking about, you know, y'all were already at a pre-release. Let me know how that went. Did you guys have a good time? How did Jin do for your daughter? What did you end up playing? Let me know. So again, Boba wants to get rid of units really easily, and he'll do that from either damaging them or playing like Waylay. Vanquish is going to be good, some of those bigger units. But I don't think we're going to get there. Let's go ahead and drop Pursuer and Vanquish. And we're going to play the Scout Bike Pursuer. Nope, we're going to play the Inferno 4. I'd rather see what's coming up. Nope. And nope. We don't want any of those right now. We need events. We need ways of dealing with Boba Fett once he's in play. We need a Power of the Dark Side, maybe. Something. Let's drop a 5th brother, since we got duplicates there. There's that no good to me dead. I expected that to happen. Let's play the 5th brother now. Make Greedo work for it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Greedo was going to avoid the move, and we're going to take the initiative. Oh, Fallen Lightsaber. Perfect, perfect. Sorry, Scout Bike Pursuer, you got to go. We now have a Force Throw and a Fallen Lightsaber. Let's do the equipment of the lightsaber first and hope we don't see a... Well, chances are we would see a Waylay. Let's see, Jose, notice he's really versatile. Him being Krennic, using budget red Krennic deck. That garbage roll is made to start off. That's a good one. Yep, 30 points is, yeah, 30 points will help you a little bit more. That 30-point base rather than 25 definitely helps you when you're play testing and trying to understand a deck better. And that's what I would say. if you are playing a deck for the first time and you're not comfortable with some of the an energy conversion lab, play 30, right? Or if you're just play testing with a buddy, just ask him, hey, do you mind if we play through 30? I just want to see what would happen, if I was alive a couple more turns. Now, Conversion Lab does a lot of stuff. Tarkintown does a lot of stuff. These decks can do stuff to accelerate your play, but you're trying to learn the game. You're trying to figure out all what you need to do and what the right play styles are, and watching videos like this and other people's is going to help with that. I told a lot of people over the weekend, my advice is if you want to be a competitive player, then a good thing to do is take a top tier deck and make sure you understand how it works by watching videos, so that way you can go and play it other places. Don't just look up a top tier deck on SWDB, print it out, or make the deck and play it. You want to watch content on it because it's going to help you understand what the deck is supposed to do and what the right plays are. Because when you're playing your opponent, you're always going to want to go back and be able to say, okay, what was wrong? And that's what top tier decks do. When I was playing Magic the Gathering, I did this. There's a big deck for Magic Gathering players called Cobblade. It was the first one that had Jace the Mind Sculptor in it. And this was a top tier deck that had to be canceled within 1 month of a set. So by the time the next set came out, it was so broken. They saw hundreds of people playing it at a large GPQ, and they're like, sorry, we're banning 2 cards. But me playing that deck for several months, I knew all the ways that it was supposed to win. I knew, so if I lost, I knew what the mistake was. I could always go back and identify the mistake is here because I've watched 10 videos, I've seen pro players, I've seen everyone play this deck. I know what the problem, what I should have done, or what I couldn't do. And that helps a lot when you can play decks that you're unsure of and you're like, well, I want to try a really good deck, like maybe Boba mid-range, and you're like, but how do I do it? Watch other people play it, and every time you lose, try to pinpoint where those mistakes happened and try to remember, well, what are you supposed to do in that moment? That kind of gives you the better clear answer, as opposed to if you're just building a deck, you may not know what your deck was supposed to do every turn because it just hasn't been played enough, and you're the only one who's built it. You're the one who has to figure out those things for yourself. But again, playing meta decks or top tier decks, you'll be able to identify very quickly and what should you be playing on turn 1, turn 2, turn 3? What should you be playing in this matchup? And just following through those motions and then trying to understand them is what's going to help you become a better player, in my opinion. At least it's something that's helped me a lot. I always knew my goals of the deck and what it should do when you hit turn 4, turn 5, and now I meta deck every now and then to understand some stuff, but you'll definitely be seeing me throwing some stuff together that is going to be a little bit different from people because that's what I want to play. So, but I also want to be competitive with it. So we'll see how it goes. First thing we're going to do is swing with Fifth Brother, and we're going to swing into the base and deal 1 damage to Greedo here and 1 damage to the Fifth Brother. Hopefully Greedo doesn't get an event. He didn't. Perfect. Now Greedo's one of those cards. When you beat him, he wants to see an event, but I want him to mill a card no matter what. Him getting rid of Bosk is a big deal to me. Now Boba Fett's about to come out, and that's going to be frustrating. It's going to be so frustrating. Let's put out General Veers. Come on, Boba. There he is. Boba's in play. Okay. We're going to force throw Boba. I need to get a card out of the opponent's hand if there's not well, dang, I could just do it myself. I could just Ruthless Raiders him. He's not going to get rid of anything good. That's the problem. Whatever Boba has, it's not going to be that good. And I bet it's only going to cost 2 or 3, and I can get rid of the Ruthless Raiders, which does 6 damage. When it enters play, it deals 4. Gosh, it's so hard. Let's do it. I'll choose myself. I don't really like choosing myself, but I'm going to. Now, if it was a Palpatine, would have done it hands down. So. I love that. Team Grizzly, your daughter's trying to work on a secret deck to play with. That's awesome. That's the way it should go. People should work on little secret decks. Let's take the initiative here. Boss swung into Veers. I mean, Boba Fett swung into Veers, which I think is silly. Oof. Sorry, Palpatine. You got to go, man. We're only at 5. Palpatine is 3 turns away. Let's build up the fifth brother here. Out comes Bosk. He can hit me with that ambush, but he'll die. Yep. Both units trade. I'll take it. I'll take the trade. Let's put Krennic out. And let's get that restore going. And yeah, we'll take out the probe droid. We'll take out this probe droid. We need a damaged Krennic. All right, we did a lot better with this deck against Boba, and I think both decks can do well. If you've played Boba a bit, you'll know where you need to hit him, and you know it's like a lot of removal is going to be helpful. These are all good cards. We're going to hold on to the Vanquish for when that Fett's Fire Spray comes in. So let's go ahead and we're at 5. I'm going to hold here. I'm going to hold at 5 this turn. I don't want to give up any of these cards. Definitely don't care about that card, so let's swing into him. We'll swing into the gunship with the Inferno, because we can at least look at the next 2 cards. And we're definitely going to take that Force Throw. Put that one on the bottom. Team Grizzly asks, did you see Red and Ray sleeves for the next set release? I did, yes. For those unfamiliar, it is Gamma Week. If you're unfamiliar with Gamma, Gamma is the retailer event for all gaming stores in North America. I've been there a few times. I really love it. My time working in the game industry got me there, and I met a lot of fun people, got to try out a lot of stuff. It's essentially where your local store owners go to talk about ways they can improve, your experience there, right? Whether you're talking about online sales, gaming news, or just your local store. It's really great. You go to certain rooms, you go to essentially seminars taught by other store owners, or you go to stuff that's held by different publishers, like in this case, Fantasy Flight Games and Asmodee. And people were in there. They got to see a lot of the stuff for set 2. We saw Mando sleeves. We saw Grand Moff Gideon sleeves. Kylo and Rey sleeves were shown, so I expect we're going to see them. Some people are predicting starter box. We saw Rancor and the Mandalorian with the Darksaber playmats. I thought those were really neat. And we saw a couple of other Star Wars sleeves, which I was a big fan of. They're like the basic ones we saw that were blue and red, except this time they're going to be green and yellow. So I think that's neat. I don't think they'll do a white and black one for villain and hero, but I do want the yellow one, I think, and the green one. So it'll be cool. Yeah. Gamma's always just a fun time. Just a fun time. Let's put the Seven Sister in play now. And then we're going to use an action ability to use Tarkintown and get rid of the strafing gunship. Now, I've had a lot of great time at Gamma. It's always held, it's been held a lot in Reno, so that's always fun. Just some good stuff to do. Man, I want to hold on to all these cards. And I can hold on to all these cards. Yeah, it plays a surprise strike for 6. That does not matter. No one cares about that. Let's just swing with Krennic. Want to see what else they play. They have 6, so Fire Spray could come out. Nope, no Fire Spray. No problem then. We'll just play this. Put him on the Seven Sister. And let the sister swing. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad she heard about the Rey sleeves. That's so cool. Yeah, I know. They look great. It's Rey and Kylo, and I think they're really good. I think they're really good looking sleeves. I definitely, I like Game Genic a bit. I like a lot of their products. Obviously, they're kind of the big company here that's behind Star Wars accessories. But I've been working with their products for several years. Really liked them. They always sold well. They were really good prices. Their higher quality products were still better prices than some stuff. You can find them definitely cheap online because the margins are lower than trying to buy Ultra Pro. But the quality and the way they do their stuff, the flexibility they come with, and by that I mean flexible customization, I really like, because you can go buy a command box. I don't even have my box in here, so I have a dual pod command I picked over the weekend, and I have a villain pod coming in over the weekend that's dueled as well. That's going to be coming this weekend. And I'll love just taking, the lid off one and putting it on the other and just being like, yeah, here's my dual Twin Suns box that's just like green black leaders, like ready to go. Love it. Love it. I got to play a card apparently. I don't really need to. All these cards right here are not going to hurt us. We'll just swing. Just swing with Seventh Sister. Let's just finish it. We beat the Boba Fett here. I loved it. Deal 3 damage to a unit. Sure. We'll hit that Super Laser Technician. No problem. It's game over, Boba. So the AI is definitely putting too much in here. Probably should have stopped at 6 or whatever Fett's Fire Spray hits at. I want to say it's 6 as a resource, But no, this was great. Krennic is always good. I really do like Krennic Blue-Red, playing that this weekend. Again, this is done by KvaN, I believe. Krennic in Tarkintown by KvaN. There we go. KvaN. So I really enjoyed this. We never got Palpatine out. We had to kind of throw him away a few times. The lightsabers came into play. Again, I think Force Lightning would be a better pair here. Force Lightning is a 1-cost card that you play. You're going to have a unit lose all of its abilities for the turn. And if you have a Force user, you can pay a resource, as many resources as you would like. And for each resource you play, you deal 2 damage. A big fan of this card because it can just, take care of like Strafing Gunship or that's Fire Spray. Even if you don't have the Force user, just getting rid of the abilities of the Fire Spray is really good. Getting rid of the Gunship abilities is going to buy you a turn. Doing that to any of the Bobas, just that buys you time, and they're not getting the edge that they normally have on you. So I think that's going to be good. Let's move on to mine. It's the third deck of the night. Vigilant Direction. That's right. I'm going double blue. I'm going to try double blue. I looked at yellow. I don't think yellow was the way I wanted to go with Krennic. There weren't a lot of big, tough units. And by tough, I was trying to find units where their attack was lower than their health. That's what I was trying to find. I wanted to find units who had attack lower than health and focusing on cards that have some grit. So we'll see how that goes. Team Grizzly, hoping the Twilight of the Republic is the prequel set. I think so. I think that's what it is. I think that's what we're going to see. We'll probably see a couple more prequel units come into play, but I bet we're going to go, man, imagine starter decks. Starter deck stipulations. We could go Obi-Wan Maul. You could go Anakin Dooku. You could go Anakin Asajj. You could go... Wow, you can do there's so many great Clone Wars and Empire stuff. You can go Yoda Dooku. That'd be good. I think Yoda Dooku would be pretty neat. I don't think anyone would see that coming. Everyone would be happy about it. Master versus Apprentice. There you go. If you have not read the Count Dooku book, that is a good book. A great one to understand how Yoda and Dooku's relationship works and why Dooku was like pretty much the last and one of the few of Yoda's apprentices. But great book, and you can pair that well with another book called, is it Master and Apprentice? No. There's another book that's Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. There are not many of these books. So I'd recommend it if you do like the Qui-Gon, the Count Dooku book, which is kind of his origin story in the Jedi. I would recommend after that reading the one about Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon needing to team up with Count Dooku's first Jedi apprentice. So I really love Star Wars, and I know, we're talking Star Wars, we're playing Star Wars, this is fine. But my favorite thing about Star Wars is you have this lineage, and it all comes down from Yoda teachings. So you have Yoda, Dooku, Yoda teaches Dooku, Dooku teaches 2 people, Qui-Gon and this other guy. Qui-Gon teaches Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan teaches Anakin, and Anakin teaches Ahsoka, right? Obi-Wan teaches Luke, and then they just kind of, Luke teaches, everyone else. So you kind of have this theory of everyone here was pretty much just trained under the same person. It's all techniques from Yoda, right? It's all techniques of what's been handed down, because no matter whatever else these these people taught themselves. It's all rooted in the base of what Yoda taught them on how to attack with the lightsaber. So when you're talking about some of the strongest lightsaber users in the Jedi and the Sith and in this time period, they all come down from Yoda, right? None of them can hold a same fight against it. And it's always styles versus styles. It's always just like, listen, like there's a reason why we're tough to fight each other. And you see that in Revenge of the Sith, where everything Obi-Wan and Anakin are doing are mimicking each other. Their style is just identical. And you watch them like do the Force at the same time, swing at the same time, because it's all their moves. And I think it's so cool. Yeah, just really neat. And we can see like the variations of each of them a little bit, but it is why a lot of their apprentices can go toe to toe with each other. Because again, at the end of the day, it's just like, look, like, who trained Asajj? Well, it was mostly Dooku. Okay, well, Dooku's trained by Yoda, so why can't Asajj? Like, of course, Asajj can go head to head with Obi-Wan and Anakin, right? And Ahsoka. Like, it makes sense. Just really cool, really cool. Team Grizzly finishing that Phasma book. You know, I enjoyed it. Reminded me a lot of good sci-fi, but it doesn't feel like Star Wars. And I think even part of that I liked. It was like Star Wars, but not. I enjoyed it. So let's take a look at what I'm running here. Double blue means I'm going to run something double blue, and I am running Vigilance. So for those of you unfamiliar, Vigilance is 4 cost. I definitely paid 6 for it in pre-release because it's worth 6. But you choose 2 in any order. Discard 6 cards from an opponent's deck. He'll 5 from a base. Defeat a unit that's 3 or less, or shield. I love all 4 of these options. You can look at all the other cards: aggression, cunning, command. But a Vigilance really sets itself apart of giving you more utility. If you need to get rid of cards from your opponent's deck, obviously discarding 6 is going to help you. I love that against aggro cards. So if I can see stuff like for cause I believe in, like they're running out of cards, just get rid of it. I love being able to heal my base if I'm in a pinch. I can defeat a unit with 3 or less HP. Like 3's an okay number. Like it's going to kill a lot of low cost units. It's not 5, right? But 3's okay. And I can always shield one of my guys, so I can protect myself and heal worst case scenario. Like if I need to be defensive. But if I want to be offensive, I can always discard 6 and I can mix it up. So we're going to definitely try this out. That's probably one of my big cards here. I'm not playing anything really high cost because we don't have the ramp for it. So I'm kind of stopping at 5. I really want to see if Gideon Haas can work. I thought this unit was really neat. I think he'll probably be good in a lot of other decks. Maybe not so much Mono Blue, but I had a lot of fun putting experience counters across my units using someone like him. Also, I got him in hyperspace foil, so I think he looks super cool. But look at that guy, man. Yeah, just awesome. Awesome. So let's try this out. Same test. We're going to go up against Sabine. We'll play this deck a little bit longer since it's mine, and I can, I can be a little biased and give it more time. Let's try it out. Random. I got to get better at hitting this overlay button. For some reason, it does not change. Just have to go back. I'll have to fix those buttons, I guess. All right, we got to drop something down. So since we're playing Sabine, turn 5 is just too late for someone like her. We're going to drop that. And Delmico's such a maybe. We'll drop a Death Trooper. We don't have anything to play turn 2, which is annoying. There aren't that many turn 1 drops. Nothing costs 2 or less. At most, I know we have the Inferno 4. I think that's kind of it. So we're going to get hit a little bit this next turn. But we may have an option. May have something to do. There's the Inferno 4, and there's the Cell Block Guard. I'm going to have to take that Cell Block Guard. Let's drop. Making openings going to be good for that low cost and healing our base. 3. Man, this is a tough one. We'll drop the Death Trooper. Death Trooper can only do 2 damage to a unit. He's not going to be able to kill most of Sabine's ground units unless they play like the Spec Force Soldier. Let's see if that's something they do. They don't. Perfect. Fleet Lieutenant will swing, or will trigger Sabine Wren. Sabine swings and she dies. We'll take the initiative now. And it is 23-27. Our favor. Okay, we got Devotion. We got a second Vigilance. I love that. Man, Delmico. We can luckily kill that unit, no problem. Let's go ahead and drop. Man, I'll drop Devotion. I like Devotion. Devotion is one of my favorite cards to put on Krennic, but it's better to throw on later on once Krennic's out. So let's just get rid of some units here. First, we're going to defeat a unit that's 3 or less remaining HP, Fleet Lieutenant, and then we're going to just get cards. So let's just mess with them. Yep. Okay, red 3 and Spec Force Soldier I was happy to see removed. AI plays red 3, so that Sabine's going to hit us pretty hard. Now we have a second Vigilant, so we can use it to heal ourselves in a pinch. We can also use it to kill red 3, which again, it's what I love. Like, I love that Vigilance gives us that option. So we can play Vigilance, we can play Director Krennic, any types of thing like that. Marvel Weirdo. Man, I love, how'd you know my nickname? Marvel Weirdo, how can you play SW online? You have 2 options right now. I'm playing against the AI on forcetable.net. You just type in forcetable.net and you can play. You can load up decks from swdb.com, and you can also play the starters immediately. It's a browser-based game. I know you can play it like on an iPad or a tablet. May not look as clean as you would like the computer, but it's an option. All right, Sabine is out. What am I going to do? I'm going to put Krennic in play first. Play the Fighters for Freedom. Okay, not scared there. Let's play Vigilance. We're going to go ahead and defeat a unit that 3 or less HP, and man, I really want to just discard cards again. Yep, let's discard cards. I just want to have fun. Let's do it. Let's get rid of them. Rebel Assault. Yep. Look at all those good cards. Both Guerrilla Attack Pods. Hate that card, man. That card is good in Sabine decks. Readies itself as long as you a base has taken more than 15 points of damage, 15 or more points. Like, yeah, it's a good card. So we'll use Sabine or Krennic here. We'll heal our base by 2 with that restore ability. Sabine's going to go ahead and finish that up for us and drop us to 20. It's 22 to 20 their favor. We'll be all right. 2 Delmicos. We're doing just fine. We'll drop 1 Delmico now. We have 5 cards. Opponent only has 3 left in hand. Let's go ahead. Let's see. We can't kill Sabine. Well, we could, right? -2? Nope, not yet. Let's play a Cell Block Guard. Make them work for it. Fighters for Freedom swings in. Takes 3. Doesn't die. Makes sense. And let's play, man, Delmico. Or heal the base. We'll play Delmico. Out comes Sabine Wren. Going to hit Delmico. That's fine. They'll trade. And we'll just get rid of that. If that's how they want to play, that we can play that way. Let's go ahead and restore our base. We're going to take, we're going to get rid of the Fighters for Freedom. I'll let Sabine stay in play. 4 Cause I Believe in comes in, hits us for 4. We're at 18. There's no problem there. Let Sabine hit us, do whatever she wants. Like, we're at 18 health. We'll be okay. I have Make an Opening to heal us 2. They still have to get through Director Krennic here. Oh, they did. That's fine. Got plenty of other healing coming our way. No problem. All right. I love all of this. Let's stop. We'll stop at 6. We're fine. We'll stop at 6. First, I want to see what our options are. Let's play Inferno 4. Look at the top 2 cards of our deck. I will put Vanquish on the bottom. Put Vanquish on the bottom only because I really want to see if we can get a Power of the Dark Side, just a better kill event for right now where we're at. Sabine's not going to be putting out too many units, and it's a lower cost kill event. So we'll take the initiative here. And out comes the Rugged Survivors. A little too late. Krennic is down. I'm going to drop the Patrol Craft. This allows me to play the Rugged Survivors and the Scout Bike Pursuer if necessary. So let's go ahead and do that first. We'll play the Rugged Survivors. Fighters for Freedom, we're going to swing. Hit our base for 3. We're at 13 to 21. We have a heal 2 in our hand. Now comes the Bright Hope. Oh, the pain. That's all right. Hit him with the Inferno 4, and we'll take the initiative. AI hits us again for a cause I believe in, and this time they hit us only for 4. We're at 9. We're at 9. That's 2 for causes I believe in. They have 19 cards left in their deck. How's that possible? Is this running 40 cards? That can't be right. Maybe they are. Wow. Maybe I just never noticed that. No, wait, no, it's not 30 card decks. I don't know why I'm thinking 30 card decks. I'm wrong. No one listened to me on that. All right, let's get some devotion on some units here. We're gonna start healing. First, we're gonna swing with the Inferno 4 for 3 points of damage, and look at the top 2 cards of our deck. Takedown is perfect, and Carillion Freighter is such a maybe. We'll take the takedown. Yeah, TTS helps you play online against other people. Great. Great point. Yeah, Jose, what you got to do with Marvel Weirdo with TTS, you'll want to make sure you like kind of schedule time to play, or you want to be like in the social groups, like on Discord, and just let people know that you're looking for a game. That'll help a lot. All right, we're at 4 health. I cannot take another for a cause I believe in, so we got to heal right now. Let's get rid of this Bright Hope. Rugged Survivors come into play. Okay, we're going to kill them. That's for sure. We're also going to strengthen our units. We're going to strengthen our Rugged Survivors with that Devotion 2. Yep. Cool. No big deal here. Let's get that Devotion going. Get us to 7, so that way we are out of the For a Cause I Believe in range. And let's do a point of damage here as well. So again, we got to keep our health up. I don't really want to stay anywhere below 6. We got a takedown and a vanquish. I'm going to drop Rugged Survivors. Can't play both of these. Okay, Fighters for Freedom comes into play. No problem. Not a big deal for us. AI has 5 more. Let's swing. We'll swing on the Fleet Lieutenant because it can actually hit us for 3. I do want to take out the Fighters for Freedom, but at most the AI will do 1 point of damage or 0 because they play Bright Hope. Perfect. Let's play Rugged Survivors then. Heal for 2. Look at that. 8. We were at 19-9, and now we're at 10-8. So that worked out. Thank goodness for Rugged Survivor having grit, right? Now let's defeat a non-leader unit. There goes that Bright Hope. We are in a good spot. What do you have for us? We got 8 on the board. And we got to power the dark side now. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Power the dark side. Play a unit. We'll get rid of it. I'll play Takedown to get rid of this small guy. What's next? Steadfast Battalion, a 5/5. Doesn't matter to me. It's gone. Perfect. All right, it's 9-7, and we are about to drop them down by 8, so it's going to be 7-1. Sorry, 9-1, because we have the Restore 2. That worked out for us. We definitely had to hold our own a bit against this Sabine. She went to town. But we managed. Man, if they just had 1 more unit, that would have been it. All right, let's run this back. Let's go for that mid-range. So we did okay against Sabine deck. I would have liked a little bit more here. Didn't see my Lieutenant or my Gideon. Just a lot of those low 3 drops here. And this is definitely me messing around a bit. I'll probably do some play testing a lot more with this and see what I need to get rid of. We've already kind of identified there aren't enough 2 drops in here. So what we got this one. Sorry, Inferno Squad and where's Scout Bike Pursuers? So not really too many. I think I should run 3 Inferno 4s. Sorry. I'll make some changes for sure. But let's try against Boba Green mid-range deck. Moving too fast. All right, no mulligan for us. Again, if you're unfamiliar with Boba, when enemy leaves play, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, ready a resource. Comes in when there's 5 resources in play. And then Boba Fett has the ability very similar. When they complete an attack, if an enemy unit left play this phase, ready up to 2 resources. Let's see how we do. We got a 5-drop, a 3-drop, a 5-drop. We have 2 5-drops. I'm going to drop both 5-drops. Boba's going to be a little bit more aggressive, and you can see that already with that Greedo coming out, a 3-1. Let's play Inferno 4. A second Inferno 4 and a Patrol Craft. I'm going to put the Patrol Craft on the bottom. I'm going to keep the Inferno 4. Just in case Greedo takes it out with Greedo's ability. Oh, no, it can only do 2 damage to your ground unit, so we're fine. Guess I'll just get rid of the Inferno 4 then. And out comes Boba Fett. Man, buddy of mine had Boba Fett and Boba Fett Leader in the pre-release, and I did not like being on the receiving end of that. I got lucky and played a Traitorous and made Boba Fett, my bounty hunter. Any good Cunning Vigilance decks, that are just straight Cunning? Besides, like Cunning Vigilance. Sorry, Cunning Vigilance. Who are people enjoying with Cunning and Vigilance? Hero, honestly. Luke and Chirrut have some good options. What could you do with Han? Han, you would ramp into what? You would just ramp into Luke. Han, you could ramp into Luke if you wanted to. I haven't tried it, but that would work. Because on the same turn you put Han into play, you could put out a Luke Skywalker unit the same turn. Because Han can give you 7 resources on your 5th turn. So that's super possible. So it's, Jose brings up a good point. Someone at pre-release explained control and aggro decks as one big game of rock, paper, scissors. Like one style beats another. Any thoughts on that? I would say that's a very simplistic way of looking at it, but it is not wrong. Like there's always that in what we call the meta. You're going to have a deck that's like, hey, this is the best deck, but the deck that can beat it is deck B, right? We'll say deck A is the best. Deck B can always beat deck A, but deck C can always beat deck B and loses to deck A, something like that. That's always going to be one of those things where you're going to find like, hey, this deck can beat everyone. Well, this deck can always beat that deck, but it can't beat the other decks in the meta. And that's what you run into a lot. So in some broad sense, like the control and aggro decks, there's always going to be something in a third tier. And I think we'll see that a lot as the deck game grows, but you're going to see it primarily in these first couple sets when we have a limited amount of cards we can play. So I want to encourage everyone to play the game for the first 3 sets if you can, because that's where you're going to see the most growth of the game, the most potential, the most card library, I don't know, just the card variety. That's where you're going to see the most variety of cards you can play. It's every game I've ever played for the first set, it was always clear like, hey, these 2 decks are great. That's it. It was just like, if you're not playing these 2, you're not going to do well. And I don't know if we're there yet. I think there's a lot of good potential in some of the decks we have. Other people would say otherwise. But I would say, you will run into that a bit where we may get to a point 2 months from now where it's like, listen, you go to a tournament, it's the same thing over and over. That's normal. Like, it's all about getting to set 2 and set 3 where we can finally say, okay, let's shake things up. What are people actually playing now? What makes sense? What makes my deck work that I wanted to work in set 1 that I was missing? So, stuff like that. 12 tables, playing Vigilance, Cunning, Discard, Sabotage deck myself. A lot of people keep telling me that the Smoke and Cinder is a bad card, but I keep stripping people's hands to 0 on turn 5. Ooh, I gotta try that out. I have not messed around enough with Smoke and Cinder. I think if you can be fast with it, you're right. It's good. People wanted to use it in pre-release, and there were just some scenarios I was watching. It doesn't make sense. Just because of what you need your opponent to do before, like what you need to hit to make it like valuable. But I think if you're focused on it and you're ramping towards it, it makes sense. So I think that's good. I definitely want to try that out. So yeah, it's one of those things like they're cards I want to say are bad, but they're really not. Every card has a place. Every card can do something. And some cards are just bad for a format. Doesn't mean they're permanently bad, you know, like Vigilant or whatever the thugs is, the gray thugs. Like, it's an underworld thug. It's not supposed to be anything better. It doesn't mean it's bad. It fits well in my limited deck, and maybe eventually I'll have something that it fits in when they say, like, oh, all colorless units cost one less. That'd be great. Or all underworld cards. But no, 12 tables. I need to spend some time with Smoke and Cinder for sure, for sure. Vigilance, Cunning, Team Grizzly. If I was going to go villain, I'll have to think about it more. I mean, why am I even saying that? Vigilance, Cunning, and Thrawn. I mean, that's a control pair there, but I think Thrawn is still missing some pieces. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try. I just think he's missing a few pieces. Let's play the Death Trooper. I'm going to deal 2 damage to him and deal 2 damage to Boba Fett. Come on, Greedo. You want to swing on? Swing. He did. I knew it. I knew he would do it. Greedo dies. No reason for them to discard a card. I'm going to swing with the Inferno Forks. I got to get some damage in there. 23 to 30, my favor. Let's see. Show me some kill events. Thank you. Power of the Dark Side, please. We got Lieutenant Childson. We got a 7th Fleet Defender in play. No big deal. Play this takedown right now, I think. 12 tables. During pre-release, I hit on turn 4 with the You're My Only Hope and forced, choked away their hand. Kept drawing with Cassian. Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's all good. Yeah. Wow, man. You're My Only Hope. Man, so good. Team Grizzly, I'm hoping to make a double Cunning Boba deck that uses a lot of space units. Yeah, there's some good ones out there. You just, no, I mean, they're all good. You got 7 Fleet Defender, you got the Cartel Spaceship, obviously Fett's Fire Spray, Forced Row, not Forced Choke. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Because they'll get rid of their card. Yep, there you go. That's even better. I'm such a big fan of Forced Row. All right, the question is here, do I play Childson just to get a better Sentinel that will kill Boba Fett, or do I just waste a takedown that'll kill Boba Fett? Either way, Boba Fett's dead. Let's make it harder. I'm going to put Del Meeko out. I want to see what Boba does here. Do you swing in Del Meeko? He does. Okay. Just wanted to see what they were going to do, and they did it. Let's take out this shield. And look at the top 2 cards of our deck. Both Sentinel units. I'm going to put them both on the bottom right now. I'd rather see some events, and we'll pass. Ooh, Gideon. Gideon and... Man, okay. Well, tough. You're playing against bot or PvP enabled in Force Table. Jedi Card Master. Unfortunately, Force Table is always bot. Always bot. I do plan on doing some live videos of gameplay. I'm working on that the next week and this weekend, as well as there are a couple of online tournaments that I'll be doing and putting some either videos together or trying to stream them live. I may not do them live because I guess my opponent could watch them, but there is some stuff going on, and we'll be making some cool, like, more videos of some gameplay against people. So definitely have some stuff in the works, working on some people who can play test against me that I can give some really good cards, and go through the gauntlet of quality decks and human decision making. So right now the human decision making is, what do you put out to deal with Boba Fett this turn? Lieutenant's going to survive. Power of the Dark Side. Takedown. Like, I need to kill that defender. I don't have an answer for him yet, though. All right, I'm going to drop Hosk. I love Hosk, but we're going to drop him. Out comes another Boba Fett. Gross. Gross. All right, let's go ahead and put Krennic in play. Let's see what the AI does. Plays a Boba Fett. All right. I'm going to swing. I want to swing into that Boba, but I won't. Let's do this. I'll swing here into the Boba. I'm going to take 3 points of damage. If Boba Fett doesn't swing into Krennic, he does. Okay. Swings into Krennic, so never mind. Well, if that's how you want to play, we'll just take down Boba Fett. And I'll take 3 points and take the initiative. That's fine. I'll take this. I'm not scared about this card or this card. honestly. I think there's enough we have in hand to have some fun here. So let's just do it. Let's play the Lieutenant. You know what? I have a feeling as soon as I play that Lieutenant, they're going to waylay. So let's play Vigilance first. Let's deal 3 damage to a unit, or destroy a unit, and we'll discard 6 cards off the top. Let's take out the Boba Fett and show me what they take. Yep, great, 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 awesome, love it. Those are all great cards I want to see get rid of. We'll take the initiative. A third Boba Fett, my goodness. My goodness, what is this, Bad Batch? All these clones coming out. Oh, also spoiled today, if you didn't see this. This was not pictured at Gamma, the retailer event that started today, this week. But they'd already announced that Bad Batch will be in set 2. So that'll be really cool. All right, we got a couple of cards now. Let's play the Lieutenant, I guess. Play Lieutenant. I want to show all 3 cards. Give him some experience tokens. And, man, let's pass. Let's see what they do here. Pass. Okay, swing, got it. Can't survive, love it. Next. Oh, dang, shooting first with Boba Fett. Monsters. Monsters. And then they heal? What? No, what happened here? What'd I miss? I don't know what just happened. I felt like Boba Fett had damage on it. All right, well, let's play Power of the Dark Side. Let's get rid of a unit. It's Greedo. Surprise, surprise. And let's take the initiative. Second Power of the Dark Side and the Corellian Freighter. I'm going to have to make this work. Going to 8 here. I'm going to put out 2 units. I could go Hosk and Power of the Dark Side, but my feeling it's not going to work. Let's go Freighter. Yes, I did, Team Grizzly. That's correct. Bad Batch was mentioned at Gamma by Fantasy Flight, so that should be happening. Bad Batch in set 2. Hopefully we get all of them. I can't imagine we won't. I'm hoping it'll work similar to Hera. Maybe we'll see one of them as a leader. Maybe they'll just all be units, like just Clone Force 99 type units. But we will see, won't we? Drop Rugged Survivors here. Love it, love it, love it. Let's go Vanquish. Let's just get rid of this last Boba Fett. We get hit with No Good to Me Dead. That's fine. Let's take the initiative. Oh my goodness. Now I want that Vanquish back. All right, Fire Spray hits us for 5. Takes out the Freighter. That's okay. That's okay. Hits us. We got it. We got it. Vigilance right here. Ready for it. Ready to go. What are we at? 9. We'll hold on to Hosk. We're going to play Gideon, Hosk, and Vigilance. Watch. They're going to waylay Hosk. Called it. Called it. Fine by me. Let's play Vigilance. We're going to deal 3 damage to a unit with 3 or less HP, which is Fett's Fire Spray. And now the question is, do we mill for 6 or heal for 5? I'm going to discard 6. I love discarding cards. Yep, that's great. Cool. Yeah, get Darth Vader out of there. And Bosk. That was a good idea just because I keep forgetting they play Vader. And I hit pass instead of take the initiative. I did definitely have a moment like that in the events this weekend where I had Lethal on board and I said pass instead of take the initiative. And I was like, wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? I do like that Vader came out and can't do anything. That's great. That's great. Okay, let's play Hosk Won't Die. Yeah, Hosk Won't Die. Play Hosk. Cartel Spacer, not a problem. We're going to play Takedown. And we'll take down Bosk and put a counter on Hosk. We'll pass. We have a second Hosk and a Vigilance and a Make an Opening. I think we're all set here. Out comes Steadfast Battalion, Overwhelm. It's just, I feel like that's just still just a weird card. Just a weird card. All right, I'm going to play Vigilance. I'm going to put a shield on Hosk. And we're going to defeat a unit with 3 or less HP or discard 6. I want to do both. Let's discard 6. I love just discarding 6. Let's give Hosk a shield, discard 6, getting rid of all, finally all the surprise strikes are gone. AI resupplies for who knows why. We will play a make an opening and deal 2 damage. Well, just lower Vader here by 2. Heal our base by 2. AI is just not going to be able to keep up, honestly. If they can't waylay Gideon Hosk, he's just going to stay in play and get stronger and stronger. Let's take out some units. We're going to heal our base for 2 thanks to that devotion and put an experience counter on Hosk, who now is damaged, so he hits for 1 more. It's 17 to 23, their favor. We have 23 cards in our deck, and the AI has 3, so we're good. This is just a waiting game. We just have to hold it, and we can do that. Let's play Power of the Dark Side. Make the AI get rid of something. Make Haas stronger. Boss can come in, trigger that ambush if you want. You'll die and only make me stronger. Pretty sure this is a Vader line. Play Tie Advance, same thing. You can't even see my card anymore. Oh, Godzilla -1 or more Star Wars Unlimited cards, man. I gotta catch that movie. That was my debate this weekend. I really wanted to see Dune, and I just didn't have the time like I was hoping to do it. Let's just swing this massive Gideon with a Jenga tower of experience tokens on him, and we'll take the initiative. We're gonna get hit for 5, but that's okay. It's game. AI has nothing left on us. Look at that. We got a Sentinel unit. We hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to assume we got it. We're going to try this deck one more time against a different style. Hit for 14. AI was holding on to the gunship, the spacer, and a probe droid, and they only had 1 card left. I love that. I love it. Let's try this one more time. Okay. And I'm having a good time. Krennic is just so fun. I can't believe I've not done a video on Krennic before. I feel like just because I play him all the time, I would have done it. All right, let's start off with who do we want to play? One more person. Let's see here. Anyone want to see anything? Some of these aren't super updated, but that's okay. We got a Vader. We got a Palpatine. Got an old Thrawn. What do we want to see Krennic go against? Some Han Solo. Han Solo, I wonder if the AI would do right, but it's possible, maybe. Got some Grand Inquisitor. Maybe try some Grand Inquisitor. Well, I'm going to try Grand Inquisitor. One thing that was fun about making a lot of those pre-release guides, for those of you who watched them and didn't watch them, I got a lot of, it was really interesting which ones were popular, like who people were playing. Vader definitely was top. Thrawn was top. Jin was up there. Jin, I think, broke 200 views, which was really cool. People wanted that. I was definitely glad I was able to get all those out this weekend. That was 18 videos. And yeah, I know a lot of it's similar, but that's what happens when it's one set. You're going to find that. Like, some cards are just always the best cards. And that's kind of what that video mostly was. So we're playing against a Grand Inquisitor. For those of you unfamiliar, the Inquisitor has the ability of dealing 2 damage to a friendly unit with 3 or less power and readying it immediately. When he comes into play, he comes in when you have 6 resources. And he has the same ability, but you may deal 1 damage to another friendly unit with 3 or less power and ready it. Inquisitor also hits for 3. 3 is the magic number here. There's a lot of cards that have to deal with 3 power, and Inquisitor is going to take advantage of that. So let's try this out. I haven't played against an Inquisitor deck in a while, and I didn't play one at the pre-release. Wow, I have no units. Let's get rid of... We can assume that units with 3 are going to be really low cost. So I'm going to drop the Freighter and the Devotion right now. Nothing to play this first turn. There's one with 3. Let's take the initiative and watch. So Grand Inquisitor is going to deal 2 damage, and he's going to hit us for 2. Now that guy's almost dead. Inquisitor and Krennic are definitely ones people talk about right now that they want to pair together for Twin Suns. I'll definitely be trying it because I just like Twin Suns. I really want to do that. Me and a couple of friends are actually setting that up for playing this Sunday, some Twin Suns. Man, someone's gonna make it work. Again, I'll be trying it out in Twin Suns. I'll play Make an Opening just to kill the Spacer and heal our base back up to 30. They'll play Boba Fett. Then here they go. There goes Boba. Boba's a good one to use his ability on. Look at that. 3. And again, if Boba's attacking a damaged defender, he does 3 damage to the defender before he hits them. Like, it's so good. So good. Let's go ahead and drop another TIE Advance. I got 4 Vigilants, or 2 Vigilants already in play. That's good. We can take out Boba Fett, and we can mill them. I think maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, we'll do that. Discard 6 cards from their deck and defeat a unit with 3 or less HP. Ooh, Palpatine and double Palpatine. Worth it. Worth it. Team Grizzly. I don't see how anyone can use that leader. It's, you know, I want to. When they first spoiled the cards, Grand Inquisitor was like one of the first leaders. That's when I got into Force Stable about like October of last year. And I definitely messed around with them a bit. I think there's potential, but it's so aggro. It's so risky. There's other stuff like, again, you know, damage cards. Like I'm hoping for that. I want cards easy to kill when I'm playing Gideon, right? Like it's just going to feed me. So let's take the initiative and watch the AI do its work, though. It can be very aggressive. So Fifth Brother's a great one for this. It'll swing. He can damage himself if he wants. He hits us for 4. You know, again, it's just their power cannot change. That's the problem. That's a really restrictive. So you have to use things like Grit or Raid. Or sorry, not Grit. You have to use things like Raid bonuses, right? Like this makes sense. But you can't put a lightsaber on Fifth Brother and expect to use this ability. So that's what's tough. We're going to go ahead and go and put 5 out. We now can put out Krennic. I like that. And we can play Vigilance. Let's put out Krennic and see if the AI gives us some time here. They hit Krennic immediately. They die. Hit us with that waylay. That's okay. We're still going to survive. I like a Krennic with some damage. We're going to defeat a unit with 3 or less remaining HP and give a shield to a unit. So we'll defeat Fifth Brother and put a shield on Krennic. That's great. All right. We can, let's see. Yeah, we'll just take out Greedo. Hope Greedo does not hit an event. Oh, dang it. Krennic's down. Krennic's down and 3rd Greedo hits play. That's all right. Let's take the initiative. We got a Lieutenant here. That's good. And Devotion. I don't really want to give up either of these cards, but we'll give up 1 Cloud City Wingguard. We're going to play that Lieutenant. It's going to have a lot of Sentinel because we're going to reveal all 4 cards here. And out comes the Inquisitor. Let's pass. We'll take 3 points of damage. Now, right now, Lieutenant has 6 health and now just took 2 more points thanks to that forced throw. So it can only take, what, 1 more point of damage? So Inquisitor could swing. I'm going to take the initiative. I could heal the Inquisitor, but I'm going to take the initiative. Oh, wow. There he is. Ruthless Raiders hit me. And we'll get hit for 3. Inquisitor will probably use its ability to hit. Oh, can't hit the Raider because the Raider is too big. Oh, 2nd Lieutenant. Don't mind if I do. I'm going to keep this. 4 and 6. I'm going to keep what we got going on here. Lieutenant's going to come out again. I'm going to reveal 4 cards. The same 4. Don't want to show my opponent more than I should. They're going to make me draw a card from that force throw. Play Devotion on it. Just give it 2 more health. And Inquisitor swings. I don't know why. AI shouldn't swing, but they did. Let's take the initiative. And that's the problem it gets to sometimes, that late game. We're just like, well, I don't know, because the AI can't make those tough decisions. And when it gets to that later game of mid-range and control, it's only tough decisions. So where kind of aggro helps you a little bit, because you know what you're doing every turn. You're swinging, you need to draw and swing, or you need to like remove obstacles and swing. When it comes to mid-range and control, you're playing back a little bit. You're trying to see what your opponent does. It becomes a poker match. Like, oh, you're going to play that card? Maybe I have a card to deal with it, right? And then just bam, you got him. You got him. Now, if you need a bam moment, I got one. Got one coming up. Got this Power of the Dark Side here, which will hurt me for 2, but we'll get rid of that guy. First, I should not do that yet. I really need Hoskin. I can only play Hosk. I need one more resource. Oh, I gotta put a card down. Let's just put a card down. Nope, nope. I gotta play a card. Okay. What do you feel is the optimal for max resources? It really depends on your play style and or the cards in your deck. So Krennic here is one I'm playing around with. I don't have anything that's more than 5. But I may want to play 2 cards a turn, so I may have to play up to 8, considering most of my cards are 3s and are 3s. So in order to really take advantage of it, 6 is a really good stopping point for all those 3s. But here I am in a spot where I want to play Gideon and another 3, right? I would love Gideon and a kill move. I need that. I did a Han Solo video last week, and that was one where I made sure I only had 2 7-cost cards. So I could either get Han out early, Han unit, or I can get the U-Wing reinforcements out early. But all my other cards, I wanted to make sure were 2s, 3s, mostly just 2s, 3s, and like a couple of 5s. That way, when I played the U-Wing reinforcements, I knew I could usually put 3 cards in play. But again, I knew where to stop. I knew like 7's really always going to be it, and that's where it stands. This Krennic one, I really want to find a better middle ground of 5 to 7. I don't want to go, like if I could say at 6, that'd be great, but I need to put in some more low cost units. So it's kind of one of those things with resources. You have to say, what is your max based on the cards you're playing? And then do you ever feel like you may be in an instance, like, do you think your deck can get to that point where you may be able to play your highest cost card in a second card? And if you think your deck can get to that point, then that's where you want to evaluate, like, yes, like if I think Krennic can always get to 8 resources, then I need to build him his way to get to 8 and survive so I can play Gideon and like power the dark side, or Gideon and, you know, something to help him. So let's play. I'll just play power the dark side. Let's get rid of the Raider. We're going to take 2 points of damage here. And we can only put out 1 more unit. So I'm going to put out Del Miko, which is going to make the events cost 1 less. And we're going to take the initiative. 25 to 12. 25 to 12. Can we get there? I think we can. I think we'll be fine. It's all about putting out bigger units now and taking care of stuff. So let's start with Gideon. What's the AI going to do? We also have Restore. Oh, they're just going to use their Jeddah City to lower Del Miko's attack. That's okay. Let's just get that Restore in. Restore 1. Ding. Palpatine comes into play. That's not good. 3 damage there. All right. All right, Palpatine. Not looking forward to that. Let's put out the Wing Guard. Haas takes 3 points of damage, but we can kill Palpatine hopefully next turn if we get the good kill event. We didn't. We did not get one. Put down that Scout Bike Pursuer. Stopping at 9 here. Just want to be able to play the Rugged Survivors and possibly the Takedown. Put out another Wing Guard, actually, just in case Palpatine does anything crazy. Like a shoot first. I thought that was crazy. Okay, we're going to swing with Hosk into the base. And we'll probably take 2 points of damage right here. Yep, glad I played the... Oh no, Cloud City Wing Guard. They didn't get past it. I need another answer. I can't defeat it. Take down on the Patrol Craft, and let's make Gideon a little bit tougher. Yep, Seven Sisters going to swing now. I need to take the initiative and hope for a good kill card. Seven Sisters so good because she has Saboteur, and she can deal 3 damage to a unit. She kills Hosk. Makes sense. I'm going to draw 2. There's that Vigilance. That works out. Okay, okay. I need the Wing Guard to survive, but I can't kill either of those units. So I can heal 5 damage from my base, but again, not what I really need. We'll play Vigilance. We will give a shield token to that and heal 5 damage. So shield and 5. Seven Sisters hits our base, takes away our shield. Yep. We are going to play Devotion on the Wing Guard, making it a 3/5. And we're going to have to swing into the Seven Sister. And we'll heal our base 2. Seventh Sister goes away. Palpatine will swing into the Cloud City Guard. And we'll take the initiative. I'm at 10 resources. 7th Fleet Defender gets dropped. 6 damage on the Patrol Guard. He's out. 5 to 19. Can I get there? Probably not. Del Mico and Rugged Survivors. Okay. Okay. I don't think... There's no answers here. There's no answers here. They got us. They got us. Play the Death Trooper. Hit himself. Finish off Palpatine. AI has 7 on board. They swing for 4. Best I can do is nothing. Nothing at all. Play the Rugged Survivors. That's game. Good job. AI got me. Man. Tough stuff. But hey, this is why I play. This is why I hop on here. I'm always trying to like try stuff out. And that's what you got to do. So I've definitely enjoyed playing. And, you know, like I said, there may be some changes here in the next couple weeks with some stuff as far as content creation rules from Fantasy Flight on how they would prefer some things happening with Star Wars Unlimited. These things aren't necessarily mandated, but they do matter depending on like the directions I choose to go. So I don't know. I don't know. There may be less Force Table in the future. They're replaced with a lot more actual table play with some quality videos. Definitely making sure the right setup is there. I don't want to have something that's difficult to read or difficult to see. Something that's going to give as good as a quality, if not better than what I'm already doing. And that's just working with some people on some better studio setups. Or, you know, we continue down this road of a lot of Force Table, and it just means, yeah, I'm just, which is fine. It just means you may never see me do like a spoiler, which never say never, but that's essentially all that would mean. But I have so much fun doing this. This has been a great 4 or 5 months. And here we are going to release. I'll definitely be doing some box openings this weekend. So you may see some stuff of me going live if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, definitely, you know, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff that YouTube looks for. But this has just been so great. And this is the culmination of 5 months worth of just waiting and practice for me to get these cards and open them, put my collections in, build some decks, be ready for an online tournament starting next week where I'll be able to get weekly videos of me playing some people, commentating on that, playing some multiplayer. I'm hoping that some stores will be open for me talking to them about doing some gameplay videos there as well. So Portland stores, if you're watching, I may come and talk to you, or you can always talk to me. So as I look at more mobile setup for some fun stuff, and I definitely want to keep promoting the stores that have been great. So shout out to like Portland Game Store, Batcave Games, Red Castle Games, Guardian Games, Gone Guy Games, Wayward City Games. All these stores have just been great in my communications with them and talking about products and events. Awesome. Been hearing a lot of people talk about Zulu's games up near Seattle. That's another great one. Just a lot of things happening, and it's just been great. And shout out to Oklahoma stores that I've really heard some great things about. DC Comics, Game Headquarters, and Edmund Unplugged. So some great ones. So everyone have a great night. Enjoy your Tuesday. I'll see you Thursday for some draft if you want to see that. And again, you may get some box opening videos really quick. If I'm lucky, I may have several boxes to open tomorrow if Asmodee shipped things a little quicker than I expected. So, and I'll take it. I mean, if the Asmodee sends me something before their official street date, I think that's on them. So we'll see. We'll see. Thanks everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you're playing Krennic or if you're excited to play Krennic.